One thing's for sure. It's gonna be a hell of a reunion.
What's going on, everyone? It's AMG Semp, and today I'm going to talk to you about who I think Taskmaster is in the Black Widow movie, which is set to release May 1st, 2020. So a couple days ago, we did receive the first teaser trailer, and a lot was given to us, but one of the biggest questions people had was who exactly was Taskmaster? So before we get started, I do want to point out that I haven't looked at any of the plot leaks, as I don't like to ruin the movie for myself and for other people, so this is a theory based on some facts, and I do love certain leaks, but full plots are things I tend to stay away from. So to start, if you don't know who Taskmaster is, Taskmaster, or otherwise known as Tony Masters, first appeared in the Avengers comics in May of 1980. Normally a supervillain, but sometimes an anti-hero and a sleeper agent, Taskmaster went on to feature in numerous Marvel titles, most notably as a mercenary hired as a training instructor by various criminal organizations. Now, while not having super strength like Cap or other powers, he does have the ability to mimic physical movements of anyone he witnesses. Because of this ability to imitate the techniques and armory of other heroes and villains, Taskmaster has occasionally been used to impersonate other characters. In the comics, he works as a combat instructor and trains others utilizing the techniques that he has learned from his observation of these heroes. At one point, he was even shown training US Agent in the comics, and if you don't know who US Agent is, I will be covering him more when we get more news on the Falcon and Winter Soldier show, because he will be appearing on it. But like I said a few moments ago, because of his ability to imitate, he actually has been used to impersonate other characters, and that brings up the first point of who Taskmaster could be. Many people believe that Taskmaster could be Hawkeye, but I'm going to tell you why that isn't true. So we're aware that the Black Widow movie will likely feature two different periods of time, one taking place before the Infinity Saga, as Thunderbolt Ross's de-aging technique has showed us, and then it will take place in between Civil War and Infinity War. Because Taskmaster impersonates his foes, it is likely that we will see a Hawkeye and Black Widow scene of what they refer to multiple times back to Budapest.
Just like Budapest all over again.
You and I remember Budapest very differently. It's a long way from Budapest.
I think we may see a scene where Hawkeye, Black Widow, and Taskmaster have actually met before. And although Taskmaster is known for using a bow in the comic, in the MCU, this could be his reasoning for using the bow. He has learned from studying Hawkeye from a previous altercation when they've met. And since Taskmaster is the main villain of the movie, or at least what we believe is right now, it wouldn't make sense for Hawkeye to be the main villain, not only because of his contract with Marvel, but also because he was on house arrest while this movie takes place, as evidence from his absence from Infinity War and the ankle monitor that is shown in the beginning of Endgame. So on to the next suspect of who could be Taskmaster is actually Melina, or Iron Maiden, who is being portrayed by Rachel Weisz. And it was actually rumored that she may very well be a villain. Iron Maiden is a supervillain assassin who wears all metal like we saw Taskmaster was in the trailer. She also ends up joining the Thunderbolts in the comics, which was leaked and said multiple times that Thunderbolt Ross will be creating the Thunderbolts in this movie. So I wonder if he actually hired her to kill Natasha at some point in this movie. Anyways, while some people, including myself, thought Taskmaster may be a woman upon first glance, if you actually take a look at this scene with Taskmaster and Red Guardian, they're actually very similar in height and size, and although CGI is possible, I don't believe that Rachel Weisz is near the same stature of David Harbour. It's likely that Melina is a villain in a different sort of aspect. Maybe she's working with Taskmaster or posing to be Taskmaster, but I would not be surprised if this twist was actually her in the end. But lastly, and who I believe actually is Taskmaster in the movie, is O.T. Fagbenel's character. He was introduced as Mason at Comic-Con, but he wasn't shown in the trailer at all, and this is what he had to say about his role in the movie at Comic-Con.
What we know about Mason is that he's a fixer and a former S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. What does he do? How does he cross paths with Natasha again? Exactly. No, why does he cross paths with Natasha again?
Well, you know, Natasha, I guess, like many of my customers, you know, needs things. And so when I'm a guy, you know, Mason is a guy who can fix those things up.
So it does appear that he could be Taskmaster or even a mutant, because he does say he helps Black Widow in the clip. Whether this means actually Natasha's character or just the movie in general, we'll have to see. But mutants being introduced in Black Widow was talked about today by TheCosmicWonder. If you haven't seen his video, I'll link it in the description down below. Go check it out because he goes into great detail, and I would say it's almost certain that all the information in that video will be true once the movie comes out. It will be interesting to see who actually is Taskmaster and who is the main villain, as I do believe that Iron Maiden will play a large villainous role in the movie, but we'll just have to wait and see. I'm currently working on a quick video that discusses the importance of the blonde hair and jacket that Natasha uses in Infinity War, considering Yelena is using it in the Black Widow movie also. I did post about this on my Twitter very briefly yesterday, and I've been very active on Twitter lately, so make sure to follow me on there and Instagram. You can find me at AnotherMarvelG for more daily content. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment down below, and share it with your friends. Other than that, I just want to say thank you. My name is Another Marvel Guy, and I'll catch y'all on a blip.